There was a man who worked 4 hours a day, napped in the afternoon, played music at night, and laughed more than anyone in his village. He had no savings, no schedule, no 5-year plan. And somehow, without knowing it, he had solved a problem that has stumped humanity for centuries.
Most people spend their entire lives chasing something they cannot quite name. They build and accumulate and hustle, and then one day, exhausted, they look up and realize they have been running in a direction nobody chose for them. The fisherman never ran, and that is exactly what makes his story so unsettling. He lived on a small coastal village, waking before sunrise, not because an alarm told him to, but because the sea called. He would take his small boat out, cast his nets, and by mid-morning he had caught enough fish to feed his family and sell the rest at the market. Then he was done. The day belonged to him. One afternoon, a businessman from the city came to the docks. He watched the fisherman cleaning his boat and asked why he had stopped so early. The fisherman smiled and told him about his afternoons, his children, his guitar, his friends, the long dinners under open skies. The businessman frowned. He had a plan. He told the fisherman he could fish longer, sell more, save enough to buy a second boat, then a fleet, then open a processing plant, then move to the city, run the whole operation from an office, and in 20 or 30 years retire comfortably. The fisherman looked at him for a long moment and asked what he would do after he retired. The businessman said he could relax, spend time with family, learn to play music, enjoy long meals with friends. The fisherman just smiled and pointed at the afternoon in front of them. This story has traveled across cultures for decades because it carries something true inside it. Researchers who study human happiness have found again and again that beyond a certain threshold, more income does not produce more satisfaction. What produces it is autonomy, the sense that you are the author of your own time. The fisherman was not lazy. He was, by the metrics that actually matter, extraordinarily wealthy. Ancient philosophers observed something similar. The Stoics wrote extensively about the trap of postponed living, the habit of treating the present as mere preparation for some future reward that never quite arrives. Across different traditions and centuries, thinkers kept arriving at the same uncomfortable conclusion. The life you are saving up for might already be available. You might just be too busy earning it to live it. Modern psychology has given this a name. Researchers call it the arrival fallacy, the belief that happiness waits on the other side of the next achievement. Studies tracking people before and after major milestones, promotions, new houses, financial goals, consistently show that the emotional boost fades far more quickly than people predict. Within months, sometimes weeks, the baseline returns. The goalpost moves. The fisherman never fell for this because he never believed there was a goalpost. What is remarkable is how countercultural this seems today. Entire industries are built around the idea that rest must be earned, that stillness is a reward rather than a right. But anthropologists studying the rhythms of early human communities found that pre-agricultural societies often worked far fewer hours than modern people do. Hunting, gathering, cooking, storytelling, and sleep left significant room for what we might now call leisure. In many ways, the modern obsession with endless productivity is the anomaly, not the fisherman. None of this means ambition is wrong. The businessman was not a villain. He was doing what his world had taught him. He had internalized a story about success so deeply that he could not recognize success when it was sitting in front of him, barefoot, with salt on his hands, at peace. The question the fisherman's story leaves behind is quieter than it first appears. It is not really about fish or boats or retirement plans. It is about the gap between the life being lived and the life being prepared for. Every day spent entirely in preparation is a day that passes without being inhabited. And days, it turns out, do not wait.
The fisherman knew something the businessman had forgotten, maybe something all of us forget from time to time, that the richest unit of human experience is not a dollar or an asset. It is an afternoon you actually chose to spend.